Almost there, guys. Just give me a few more minutes. I'm trying to set like a mini timer thing going on. Why isn't that working? That's stupid. The shit that Autumn does when she's trying to prep a story. This is it. This is what I do. Fine, you're gonna be stupid. Lead page. Doing a quick drop post before we get started, just so everybody knows where to find us. Let's see. Cool. All right, almost done. I guess that's it. Hi, Chris. Sorry, I'm trying to like pay attention to my little window at the same time. Okay. All right, I think we're almost set, guys. Okay, I will be right back. Give me just a minute. Because for some reason you can't see me. Why you do this thing? Well, that's weird. My camera's not wanting to work. Hold on, I gotta fix it. Oh, hello. There I am. Hello. Yes. Okay. Yes, that is the story propped behind me. So don't yell at me too much. It's been a long Sunday, guys. Okay. You can kind of see me now. Oh my god, hello. Ah, Bobby! Damn it, Bobby. Alright. I think we are almost good to go. Now that I'm done fucking around with everything, I guess. Here we are. Okay. Wah. I think I've got everything good to go. Hopefully. Okay. And I will. So everybody can hear everything. Everything's good. Like, I'm just trying to go through the motions and make sure it's all good to go. Okay. So give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. And then we will get to reading. So, hello, everyone. Do not be surprised if I fall out of this chair, because it's kind of broken and I've been getting shit for it, so... Alright, cool. So it sounds like, because I can't see myself, so I'm not really sure what's going on right now. So I'm trying to, like, read the comments and do all that shenanigans while I can. Okay, I think I can kind of see what's going on now. Okay, cool. So, I was messing around on Tumblr a couple days ago, I think, or something. It was a bit ago, but I had stumbled on a story by unsettlingstories.com called That Good Dick. And at first I was like, all right, this could be a little bit weird. Like, it's not, but I noticed that Unsettling Stories on Tumblr, and their link will be below as well, and you can also find them just unsettlingstories.com, so feel free to look. They have some really great stories. But they had commented on it, and they were talking about, like, please don't delete me because of this next story. And I'm like, all right, like, I get the assumption of that good dick, but I was like, what could possibly be so bad that he would have to, like, make that comment to make sure it was a-okay. So, let's see here. I think we are good to get started. Okay. All right, and I just want to make sure everybody can hear me, if you could give me a letter, a dick pic, you know, something to get us in the mood for this story. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Please don't send those to me. That would be my luck. Sarah's in the background laughing, but by laughing, I mean shaking her head at me. Anyway, all right, let's see here. I think... All right. See. Okay, so I think that means we are A-okay to start. All right, cool. I feel better now. I'm going to give everybody... Oh, nope, it's 7:10. Should we give them a few more minutes before we get started? See if anybody else wants to show up? I haven't seen Old Man yet. That kind of has me concerned. Like, I'm used to seeing Old Man pop up in here. But thank you, Chris and Ogre, for joining me. I appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, hey. Oh, by the way, so my spirit animal is a unicorn. Just so we're clear. I thought I would share that with you. It's my great pajama shirt. Are you eating the rest of your ice cream? Sarah's eating the rest of her ice cream.
Don't you judge me.
I'm judging you. I'm judging with my face.
Are you cute?
You're fucking cute. Whatever. Okay, well, fuck these guys. They're lame. I guess they're not showing up. So I guess it's just us fishes. Alright, let's see here. Oops, that's not what I meant to click. I broketed it. My bad. Alright, fuck it. If people miss it, then they missed a damn good story. Because I am terrified of what's to come to this story. Like, I feel like some weird shit is about to go down. Okay, so as I was saying, this story can be found on unsettlingstories.com. It is, again, called That Good Dick. And the links will be below if you want to check out more from them. I do hope to read a lot more from that particular group, as they do have a lot of really cool stories. So I will be pulling some things from them periodically. And also, I need you guys to send me stuff. So if you've got a creepy story, if you've got a funny story, if you just have something you want to send in, something you wrote, I'm collectively trying to grab things as I go along, and read them through at least 2 times a week, not including the sensual reads, which, by the way, I need some things for this week's sensual read. So if you guys are interested in hearing something read sensually that would otherwise be extremely boring, please feel free to send it my way.
I'm gonna find what I was looking for and send it to you, so help me.
It might be about, this week's might be about summoning demons. We're gonna see. Thanks to Sarah. She gets the credit for that one.
You're welcome.
Yep, that's her. She did that. Okay, so I won't be able to live read comment. Actually, you know what? That might be a lie. Let me check something out. Hold on. Please hold. Please hold. It might be. What the fuck you gonna do? You gonna judge me? Fuck you. I'm listening to myself sing. This is terrible. How the fuck do I comment? Can I? That's fucking stupid. Alright, fuck it. We're just gonna get started because I can't figure out how to read the comments. So, as I was trying to say, I may not be able to live read your guys' comments while I'm reading. Oh well, sorry about that. I don't know. Anyway. We're going to go ahead and get started. So, I have no idea, by the way, anything about this story. I didn't read it before this live stream. I know that there's a twist somewhere in there, and that actually Mr. Creepypasta sent me a message and suggested I read it as well. So, I'm kind of terrified. Here we go. That Good Dick, unsettlingstories.com. We got married 2 years ago. Tom's a good guy. He's got a great job, is kind to me. And now, pretty much every day since we got married, I can get that good dick. It would be unfair to say I'm insatiable. My sex drive is high, yes, but what my husband gives me is enough. I don't crave any more than what he brings to the bedroom. It's just enough. It's perfect. And, like I said, it's good. If you've had anything like it, you know what I'm talking about. Last night, after we'd finished up and were getting ready for bed, I whispered to him my appreciation for everything he does. He does so much. He smiled and kissed my nose, and we went to sleep, content and basking in a haze of afterglow. One night last week, I had to go without. Tom was stuck at work. There'd been an accident, so he and his coworkers were busy taking care of the aftermath. It had been a train crash. It was all over the news. There were at least 40 dead. My heart went out to each and every one of the deceased, but I still miss Tom. I hate sleeping alone. Eventually, I drifted off, only to be plagued by nightmare after nightmare. Awful stuff, most of which involved my husband. I imagined him among the accident victims, surrounded by the dead. People who had so much potential. People who were cut down in their prime. Such a waste of lives. A waste of everything. Tom came home at dawn and found me tossing and turning, still in the throes of some terrible dream. He woke me as gently as he could, and then got into bed with me and stroked my hair. He held me as I calmed down. His gaze of love and concern brought me back to reality very quickly. "Welcome home," I said, smiling. "It's great to be back," Tom replied, returning my grin. We cuddled for a while, but like usual, one thing led to another, and soon we were naked and writhing around on the sheets. He looked amazing. He felt even better. "Hold that thought," Tom whispered. He got up and crossed the room. He reached in his work duffel bag and took out a rolled-up towel, then came back to me. "Take your pick," he told me, grinning impishly. He unrolled the cloth, and 3 tumbled down onto the bed. My eyes widened. One was spectacular. I stroked it, feeling the veins under the tight skin. It was even partially hard. "Are these from the accident?" he finished. Oh man, it was brutal. Parts were torn off everywhere. These were ripe for the picking. We laughed. "Well, I think they're just perfect," I told him. "So, is that the one?" Tom asked, pointing to the one I was still stroking with absent-minded reverence. I thought for a moment before I answered. "I think this is a special occasion. Let's go with 2. Tom beamed. "So, 1 for me, 1 for you?" I pondered. "Better make it 3. Oh my god!
Well.
Oh my god!
I'm impressed.
I have no words right now. Wow. No, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like there should be like another something, but there's not another something. That was it. That was the entire story, and wow. Here we are. So, I'm so sorry. That was like, I like gory stories, okay, but even I'm sitting here going, awkward turtle. So, that was the story that I picked, that I was told to read, and now
I'm impressed.
I don't know what to say. Like, I feel kind of, I don't even know, man. Awkward turtle. So, here's my question to you guys, because I know that was literally like a 4-minute read. If you guys would like, I'd be happy to read another live story, your choice, or we can call it the night, and you guys will get another live read next Sunday, same time. Don't forget, though, Old Man Murphy is streaming tonight. I believe he is doing 9 o'clock, but check out his page on Well Hey Productions. I think it's the same on Tumblr, YouTube, and his Facebook. So he will be streaming as well. He's always so nice to me about stuff. So definitely check it out. We will be there making obscene amounts of fun of him, because that is my job. Otherwise, though, if you guys want, we can definitely read another, or you can wait until the end of the week. Hi, Stormexia! More stories. Okay. Gotta do more. More stories. More. Alright. Let's pull another one from Unsettling Stories. I'll let you guys choose. So, these are all from unsettlingstories.com. You know, since we're on the subject, I don't know, bad sex looks kind of interesting. All right, I'll give you guys a second to kind of look through. So, what do we think? Do we see any we like? I'm just going to slowly slide down the way until someone says something. There's a lot of really good-looking stories here. Anyone see anything they like? I'm going to start going back up. Something. Okay, Fuzzy 6. Fuzzy 6 says something. Don't give a shit. All right, let's do... I'll never wear a condom again. All right, this is the one we're doing next. Just for fun. All right. Okay. Just trying to update everything. I apologize. Give me just a second, guys. All right, perfect. So, pick the most crazy. I don't know which one's the craziest, to be honest. I might do why I don't hike anymore, but first, I will never wear a condom again, just because it's within the grand stream of things. All right. Show of hands. Who actually likes wearing condoms? Exactly. They're the worst. They're uncomfortable, they destroy all the feeling, and if you actually manage to complete the act without deflating like one of Tom Brady's footballs, you have to waddle over to the bathroom to throw the thing away while it hangs off of you like an eating disordered grub. But you know what? We still wear them because we're civilized people. Here's the thing. Fuck being civilized. I'm never wearing one of those latex pieces of shit for as long as I live. As if everything I said above wasn't enough, I had to deal with what happened last night. God knows if I'll ever be able to have sex again. I'd only been on one date with Amy before yesterday, but it was obvious that there was a lot of chemistry between us. So, after we had dinner last night, things went their natural way. That's a nice way of saying that we were grunting and sweating all over one another in the cab on the way back to my apartment. I may have tipped the driver extra. We made it back to my place and continued the various biological manipulations we'd started in the taxi. Added bonus to being at home, less clothing. Anyway, things progressed as we'd both anticipated, and a little while later she was asking me to get a condom. Who was I to deny the lovely woman what she'd asked? I reached over and grabbed one from the nightstand. Amy took it from me and tore off the wrapper. She looked like she was considering the options for a moment, and then she leaned over and put the condom back on the nightstand and did something else to me for a little while. Something quite nice, I might add. About 9 seconds later, I had let her stop. I knew the date would end pretty damn early if I let her continue. Amy obliged, and then she repositioned herself to the edge of the bed. Even I could figure out what that meant. Got up, grabbed the condom from the nightstand, rolled the thing over my stupid dick, and we went to work. This time, it was for about 4 seconds. In that 4th second, something pinched the tip of my penis. Hard. I withdrew faster than the Republican Guard after the fall of Baghdad. I yelped down as I pulled out. I heard Amy mutter, "Oh my fucking God, really?" I wasn't particularly concerned with her annoyance, though. There was an intensely sharp pain directly at the entrance to my urethra. Something hard was inside the condom, no pun intended, and I realized with growing horror it was moving. My yelps turned into a sustained shriek as I peeled the condom off while pinching the tip and feeling something wriggling under my fingertips. Whatever I was pinching crunched between my thumb and forefinger. Once I'd been freed from the condom, I saw what it was. One of those house centipedes that the apartment would get whenever it rained outside. Do you know what house centipedes are? They're these things. I'm going to go ahead and click that link. That is a house centipede, ladies and gentlemen. And there was one up my dick, and I'd broken it in half. The other piece, which still moved, was lodged firmly inside my urethra. I screamed and screamed, and when Amy turned around and saw what the commotion was, she made a sound I was certain would wake up the entire apartment complex. I pinched the halved insect and tried to pull it out of me. Again, its crunchy body broke off in my fingers. I wanted to die. The piece that was still stuck in me, the piece that was still moving, was getting further inside my penis the longer I stood there. And then something happened. It's something I'd never expected, and it's something that I still don't believe could ever occur in real life, but it did. And the world has to know. Still, before I mention it, I need to say that the ordeal ended about 15 seconds later. Amy left, and I went to the hospital to get checked out. The nurses laughed, and the doctors looked disapprovingly at the nurses before turning around and shaking with laughter themselves. I was given a clean bill of health and told to make sure that nothing crawls into my condom the next time I have sex. It was nice of them to give their medical opinion. The part that I left out, though, was when Amy demonstrated the true nature of her character. Even though I never expected to see her again, I will be forever in love with that woman. It's because, in a time of great stress, in a time when a man is suffering and there's only the act of a great person that can save him, someone will step up and do what needs to be done. Amy was that person last night. In the throes of my misery and pain, as I flailed with terror and confusion to get the remaining fraction of the centipede out of my dick, Amy put her hands on my shoulders. She stared at me, the light of diners, drive-ins, and dives from the television casting an angelic glow on her dark skin. Then she uttered words that will both haunt and enrich my memories for the remaining years of my life. Stop moving around so much. She let out a long sigh of abject resignation. I can probably suck it out.
Wait a minute. Hang on a minute.
Oh my god!
What the fuck is going on here?
Oh my god! He had a house centipede lodged in his dick because it was in the condom he rolled on. Oh my god, that's horrible! Oh. Wow.
Okay.
Ladies, gentlemen, I don't even know what to do with myself right now. Like, damn. Whoo. Like, here we are. Anyway, so, fuck it. Let's go with one more. Sarah, you pick this one.
What?
Pick one of these stories.
What are they titled?
All kinds of shit. These are the titles.
If anyone asks.
If anyone asks? Where's that?
I just saw it.
An old farmer notices something about his scarecrow. Is that...
Okay.
Okay? Alright. So the last and the final one we're going to read is if anyone asks.
Odd timing.
Isn't it?
This is eating another cricket. We're gonna have to throw a third in there.
Good. Alright. And let me just put the link in here for if anyone asks. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make this the last story of the evening. But the more you guys send me and the more stories that I get to do on live stream, the better off we are. I had somebody, what was the fucking penguin book? I had a book somebody sent me to read that was about penguins. So, I don't know. You guys tell me what you want to hear and we'll do a live stream reading of it. I'm always happy to accommodate. This was just some stuff I pulled out. So, all right, let's see.
I'll do one sometime.
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
You should. Sarah volunteered as tribute. She has been chosen. That's it. This is the end. Okay, guys, so this is called If Anyone Asks. Again, found on unsettlingstories.com. It all started when I realized my scarecrow had moved. You know when you have something in your house or yard for so long it just becomes part of the scenery? You don't pay any day to day attention to it, but you'd know right away if it was missing or damaged. Well, I'm a retired farmer. I've got more property than I know what to do with and more stuff than I know where to put. After 65 years of living in the same spot with the same junk, everything is just scenery, me included. Early this morning, when I was making some coffee, I noticed the scarecrow out back was different. I couldn't quite put my finger on what it was. It's pretty far away from the house, and the way my eyesight is these days, I wouldn't be finding out what had changed until I hauled myself across the field to look from up close. But with the rain coming down as bad as it was, I wouldn't be satisfying my curiosity anytime soon. I forgot about the scarecrow and went about my daily routine. Coffee with a bacon sandwich on rye with butter. Still have no idea how I developed a taste for rye. When Peggy was still around, she'd always make fun of me for having exotic tastes. I did my best to downplay my love for the stuff, but when she made her own bread, it was good, but wasn't rye. That said, I'd give up my stupid rye if it meant getting her back. I had my breakfast at the kitchen table while reading the obituaries. Some poor bastard had published an obit for his golden retriever. Happy. Peggy wanted a golden all her life, and I kept putting it off until her doctor found the cancer. A month later, I was a widower who never got his wife the one thing that she'd always wanted. I hated how that felt. Still do. I tossed the paper across the table and went to the living room to watch some TV. Morning television is horse shit. One of the things that really stinks about getting older is you just can't sleep in anymore. It's not even the fact that I'm wide awake as soon as the goddamn rooster starts screaming outside, but it's how I've been back and forth to the toilet 12 times since I nodded off the night before. It's hard to rest when you got a prostate like a softball. Anyway, I was in my recliner watching some awful television about a judge who yells at people when there was a loud bang outside near the kitchen. I figured some poor dumb bird flew himself into one of the windows or the storm door. Dragged myself off the recliner and headed toward the kitchen, fairly certain that I'd have to be replacing some cracked glass. Last thing I needed was water getting in the house. To my surprise, despite the telltale shape of a bird's dusty body on the window, all the glass was fine. Filthy, because I'm too lazy to wash them any more than once a month, but fine. Satisfied yet tremendously bored, I stared outside and remembered the change to the scarecrow. With my curiosity still piqued, I directed my gaze at it. Same weirdness. The wind was making the remainder of the cornstalks bend pretty badly, but the rain had finally tapered off. I pulled on my boots, opened the back door, and headed out into the field. The scarecrow stood about 500 feet, or around 150 meters for your euros, away from the house. Peggy suggested we get it back in the 70s. Never really knew why. We didn't have any damn crows. She dressed the thing in an old tuxedo that she'd found at some thrift store, and that was that. Still no crows. Over the decades, the clothes had become worn and tattered. The tux was just scraps of cloth, but its cork, or whatever wood body, stayed pretty intact. That's why I got a surprise when it looked different that morning. That thing was built like a tank. I couldn't see a damn thing as I walked through the field in the scarecrow's direction. Most of the viable corn plants were gone, but lots of crappy ones still grew pretty tall. I was soaked from the dripping stalks after just 10 steps. Figured I might as well keep going just to satisfy the diminishing curiosity and feel like I succeeded in doing something today. After a couple minutes, I got to the scarecrow. It stood about 15 feet high. When I looked up at it, I felt like an asshole's asshole. Why'd it look different? The wind had blown so hard it turned the body around, so instead of its front facing the window, its side did. And if I actually got glasses when the doctor told me to, I would have seen that from the kitchen and saved myself a walk and a soaking. I headed back. I stepped out of the cornfield and went around to the front of the house. Forgotten to put away my motorcycle the night before, and I needed to make sure that the wind hadn't blown it over. Once I saw the bike was fine, I turned and saw that fucking storm door was shattered. On cue, the torrential rain resumed and further soaking me, pouring it into the house. I was not happy. Blood covered the glass from the storm door crunched under my boots as I walked through the front hall. The thing that hit the door must have been huge. It had left a trail of gore all the way into the living room. Whatever it was stunk so bad my eyes started to water. As I looked around for its corpse, I stopped in my tracks. The scarecrow, the pouring rain, and the shattered door were put out of my mind when I saw a dog standing next to my recliner. It was terribly injured. Injured to the point where I couldn't believe it was still alive. Loops of intestines clung to the floor, leaking putrid grease that bloomed outward as it spread over the hardwood. Its remaining fur, once yellow or some variant thereof, was matted with encrusted blood and other nauseating fluids. It looked emaciated. The flesh of its chest clung to its ribs like rotting shrink wrap. Through the patchy fur by its neck, a massive infestation of maggots writhed and chewed at the meat. But still, somehow, the dog stood. When it saw me, the remaining part of the tail swung weakly, as if it was happy to see me. Something clicked, and my blood chilled. Happy. The color of the dog was definitely gold. I could see it now that I'd made the connection. I said aloud, "Happy," and the ruined animal's tail wagged even harder. Its smell was incomprehensibly awful. Behind the odor of putrefaction, though, something else lurked. Something familiar and, dare I say, pleasurable. I told the dog to stay, assuming it would die from its injuries before I came back, and I walked into the kitchen. Happy, like all golden retrievers, disobeyed. He followed me, bowels dragging behind him. The other smell intensified as I got closer to the kitchen. I looked on the table. A loaf of rye bread sat on a cooling rack with tendrils of steam rising from its surface. My confusion was turning into frustration. Who the hell brought me a loaf of bread? Why is there a left-for-dead dog stinking up the house? My questions were answered when I felt a hand on my shoulder. I jumped half a mile and spun around, and the same green dress she was married in, the same green dress she was buried in, was Peggy. Wisps of blonde hair grew from the desiccated flesh of her scalp. The empty sockets which housed the eyes I'd gazed into so often gaped at me, and then I knew. I embraced my wife with care. I didn't want to damage her. And then I released her and sat at the table, chewing on the best rye bread I'd ever eaten. Happy sniffed at Peggy, who knelt down, joints cracking the side of her head against... Happy sniffed at Peggy, who knelt down, joints cracking like gunshots, and wrapped her arms around its rotting body. She pressed the side of her head against its wormy neck. I could tell she loved him. After I'd eaten my fill, and watched Happy's ragged, dry tongue adoringly lick between Peggy's teeth, I started to writhe. And here I am. Well, here we are. Peggy had gotten the revolver down from the shelf in the pantry. She placed it on the table while I wrote, and then came behind me and wrapped her arms around my torso. Now her head is resting on my shoulders, waiting for me to finish up. If anyone asks what happened to the old farmer that lived on the edge of town, just show him this letter. I'm ready to go spend some more time with my wife. Damn! That got me in the feels train a little bit. That hurt. Alright. Oh. That one hurt, man.
Whoops.
Yeah, you picked that, you bitch.
Sorry, Mom.
Just so we're clear, that was a story called If Anyone Asks by UnsettlingStories.com. And I physically hurt. So here we are. Thanks, Sarah. Go fuck yourself. Oh, hey, now everybody's showing up. Fuck you guys. You're like super late. Damn. Junk, this sounds suspicious. Okay, so, yeah, I did too. I really liked that one. It's kind of making me hurt a little bit. Like, that was a rough story, man. Alright, so does anybody else have any suggestions for stories? Would you like to hear one more, or are we going to call it? Completely up to you guys. I'm happy reading one more just as an encore since a couple of people weren't able to come early, which, by the way, you still get to see this. Actually, once the live stream has finished, it should automatically post to my page on YouTube, so feel free to subscribe and check out the Bone Collector page. That is where you will find all the other stories that you guys may have missed if you came late to the stream, so no big deal. That's okay. No problem. Tell you what, old man, you do the honors. Pick me a story. It can even be one of yours. Just throw me something. Consider it. Yeah, you missed your fucking shout out too. Again, if you guys get the chance, click on Well Hey Productions. He'll have a live stream going on here shortly as well. That way you guys don't miss him. But feel free to like and subscribe, and you can also find him on Facebook under Well Hey Productions. Good Lord. Don't good lord me, just find something, old man. Don't, yes, a shout out. I shout out earlier. I yelled at you, but you weren't around. Ba, 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 ba. Damn, I'm still thinking about that story. That got me in the fuel train. Alright, I'm gonna start timing. You got a minute. That's it, though. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing okay. I miss everybody. I'm sorry I'm still trying to, like, pick up the pieces. I'm posting at least once a week, if not more, when I get the opportunity. I know I did not live stream at all last week. It was kind of a rough week to do live streaming. I am really trying hard to get back on the Wednesday, Friday stuff, so I'll give that a shot. Sing more? No? No? Why? All I'm doing is singing like shit. I probably sound like shit trying to sing into this mic. I don't know. I'd rather not. Just throwing that out there. Give it to me. Give it to me, Alyssa. I'll read it while we're waiting for old man. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby.
Oh, that was a one-time deal.
No, why? You can't just fucking... You leaving me hanging. God damn it.
I'll leave something hanging.
Are you? You promise? Is that a promise or a threat?
Oh.
Fuck your noise.
Does it really hang? Is that what it does?
Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble? Do they...
I'm talking about ears.
Oh, no, they don't really hang. I mean,
One in particular.
if you're down for that, I guess. I don't know. Alright. So, okay. This is actually Well Hey Productions website. So this is Old Man Murphy's website. This was something called That Thing Up There that he wrote November 12th of 2012, it looks like. And I will actually post the link as well. Give me just a moment to do that. Wellhey.com. Actually, why am I not? Herbider. Okay. Alright, so I just threw that in there. What background? I don't know what you're talking about. There's no background. Whoops. What?
Smell that?
Yes, I fucking smell it. You're gonna have a bad day, I'm just letting you know.
I accept it.
You accept your bad day? Alright, let's see. Why is everything so, like, fuzzy? What the fuck? Oh god, okay. That was weird. I looked super fuzzy suddenly and I was like, what happened? What happened? Yeah, Alyssa, send it on Facebook.
I got a text from Clifton letting me know that my cat is now addicted to the nip.
He addicted your cat to the nip?
Yeah.
This is why we can't have nice things. God damn it. God damn it.
Dang it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby. Oh my god. Oh my god. You don't understand. Alright. Anyway, so I just updated that. We've got the link to the story that we'll be reading. That thing up there. Alright. There it is again. That slow, high-pitched metal rattle followed by a soft whimper. It's really starting to freak me out at this point. I know there's something up there, but I'm too scared to look. I've been hiding here all night, and it just stays up there. If I could only see the clock from where I am, I'd feel so much better knowing how much longer before it leaves. It always seems to leave in the morning, but stays all night long. It's always above me. It's relentless. I loathe it. That rattle creeps through the air once more, followed by an even louder whimper, almost a sob this time, and then a gasp. I look out and see something pink and furry bounce in front of me. I recoil back to safety at this thing's attack, but after it comes to a stop, it refuses to move. I look again, and I can see its cold, black, lifeless gaze into my soul. I look again, and I can see its cold black, lifeless eyes gaze into my soul, tempting me to come out. But I cannot. I'm too afraid. The sob is now followed by what sounds like crying. The rattle becomes much louder as whatever is up there is much more agitated than before. The rattle persists and the crying gets louder. Whatever's up there is just attempting to coax me out of my hiding spot. But I cannot. It will hurt me. It will kill me. I'm trapped under its constant torment for the entire evening. I exhale as I come to terms with my fate. As I do, the rattling suddenly stops. The sobbing stops. The movement stops. I realize now that whatever is up there now knows that I am down here. It's only a matter of time before it comes for me. I need to act quickly. I need a plan. I need to think. But it's too late. As quickly as the rattling and crying has stopped, there was one more rattle as the creature up there made a very quick jerking movement, and all I could do was wait for the inevitable. Then, in a high-pitched squeal, the creature screamed at the top of its lungs. "Mommy, Mommy, there's a monster under my bed!" No! The sacrifice of all parents. Sleep.
Oh.
Damn. That boy ain't right. That was cute. I like that one, old man. That was cute. But, I mean, still. God, man. Yeah, nope, that's something else. Anyway, if you guys want to read more by Well Hey Productions, he does post his stories on here. There's several links. He actually does production work and things like that. If you guys are ever interested, feel free to check out his stuff. It's really good. My logo actually for my page came from him, so keep that in mind. Bye, Chris. All right. I don't know why the Pink Panther theme is stuck in my head. It's kind of weird. Anyway, so Alyssa, do you want to go ahead and toss me that poem really quick? I'd be happy to read it live for you. Or we can wait and you can send that via email to me, and I would be happy to put it on one of my next videos. Your choice. Otherwise, though, those were all a great little gaggle of stories. I'm super happy with those, except for that last one I read, because that was super fucking depressing. But hey, you know what? Good job, unsettlingstories.com. That was something else, needless to say. Otherwise, I sincerely appreciate you guys stopping by. I know that the YouTube thing still takes some getting used to. I think I might start live streaming on Facebook on other days, just to like make sure people know where to find me, especially because I'm not using my normal YouTube for this. Otherwise, though, I sincerely appreciate you guys joining me for story time. Again, this was story time with the Bone Collector. If there's ever anything that you want to submit to me, my email address will be posted on the videos that get uploaded to my main file, so feel free to check out there. Otherwise, it is xxthebonecollectorxx@gmail.com. Again, thank you guys so much. Leon, I needed that cookie. How'd you know I wanted a cookie? Like, all right, I'll take that. Thanks, man. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And, get that good dick. I need a life.